Hello everybody, Josh MC2000 here, and today I have a video on Heroes in Crisis number 2 and number 3. Yeah, I know, I'm massively behind on comic book Carnage. I am working on it. Some items I will do when the next issue comes to pass. So say Red Hood and Outlaws, I will do the previous issue of that when the next issue comes out. It's just simply a way to stop it from more stacking up on top of me. But I will cover them. And the first thing I have to say about Heroes in Crisis is just... it's a mess. It's a bloody great big mess. And I get the story it's trying to tell, but it's doing it in a very confusing way, and I don't know if that's just Tom King's writing or if he's done it deliberately. I mean, I get the idea of not like outright showing everything because there's meant to be this big overarching mystery, but it's 9 parts and we're on part 3 of 9. Right, yeah, it's just all over the place, and it's out of 9, part 3 of 9, and hopefully, like, this whole thing makes a bit more sense by the time it finishes. With issue 3, we kind of got to look at some of the reasons why some of the heroes were there. Booster, and Lagoon Boy, and Kid Flash, and we also got to look at some other characters that are there, some nice little nods. I take issue with this one. I'm sorry, but there's no way in hell Harley Quinn should be able to get the drop on Batman. And one more thing I want to say. Kudos for using the classic suit. It's always good to see the classic suit, even if I am sick to the back teeth of seeing Harley and everything. Kudos for the classic suit. But yeah, I'm sick to the back teeth of seeing Harley and everything, and she's been in pretty much every single one of these so far in some capacity, and it's just like, I get that there are people out there that like Harley, and I liked her in the original animated series, but ever since like New 52 and Rebirth, they've changed her character fundamentally, and she's now basically DC's Deadpool. And I didn't like Deadpool to begin with, so a character that's basically trying to rip off and imitate Deadpool is not exactly going to sit well with me. But the art in all of these is good. On an art level, all these books are really good. Phenomenal art. It's just I just take issue with the way the story's told. I think it could still be done a bit clearer without like jeopardizing the mystery. But we'll have to wait and see. And they seem to be pushing the idea that it's Booster Gold that has snapped and killed everybody, and it's I honestly hope it isn't Booster, because if it's Booster, that would be completely ridiculous, because why would Booster Gold kill everybody? I mean, we'll see who it's building up to be, but I have a feeling it won't be Booster, because they're basically trying to pin it all on Booster Gold right now. And we're in issue 3 of 9, and it's like, I don't think it's going to be Booster, because, like, there's something, like, Booster's being set up or something, or something's happened, and something's been done to Booster to make Booster believe he's guilty. I don't think it's going to turn out to be Booster, because I think that would be a bit too obvious. At the same time, I also don't think it's going to turn out to be Harley, because Harley, again, is too obvious. She's a villain in a room full of heroes, or, well, former villain. in a room full of heroes, and it's like, well, that would be too obvious as well. So I'm calling it right now. It's going to be some off-the-wall character that we haven't seen for a while that's going to be responsible for it. I originally thought this mask was Anarchy's, but it isn't. It is something to do with the way Sanctuary works and the way they deliver therapy. And when they're walking around the public areas, they can put that on to keep their identities concealed. And basically, everyone wears like these white robes and has like these masks on. I don't know why, it kind of reminds me of the Jedi Temple Guards. It's pretty cool, actually. I'll see if I can find a... Hang on, give me a second. I'll see if I can find an issue of it. I must admit, out of the two events at the moment, Doomsday Clock and Heroes in Crisis, Doomsday Clock is definitely the better one. But I like these, when they've got these characters and they kind of have them talking to camera, telling them about their problems. But yeah, basically they have these masks when they're in public areas, and it's meant to conceal their identities. Hang on, just let me find the correct page. Oh, my hand is slipping. I did get a phone tripod, by the way. I'm looking at using that at some point. Oh, this also looks cool. Batman and the Outsiders, but thing is, there's that many Batman books. Jesus, I'm done with it all. God damn it. Yeah, they kind of wear those masks and they wear those robes. Looks kind of creepy looking, to be honest. Also, what have DC got against gingers? Because, like, 2 out of the... actually, no, I think 3 out of the... 3 out of the guys that are dead are gingers. Because you have Roy here and, Wally, I believe. And yeah, as I said, Harley's been in every single one of these. She has her new design in this one, and then she suddenly switched to her classic design in this one. So I don't know. Is that a continuity error, or like what's up with that? I kind of found that a bit odd. Advertisement for Aquaman, just all sorts of advertisements in these things all over the place, as they always are, and it's like. It's just, yeah, I'll show you the classic suit a bit more than the legs. Because, I mean, like, it is well drawn. Because I do like to try and showcase the art in these as well. I mean, as I said, I like these when they're kind of talking to the camera and it's like, they're kind of, yeah, she goes to see Penguin. Yeah, there's one here with Batman that I really liked. Kind of talking about the Robins and them dying, which was like actually a really neat little piece there. As you can see, you have Harley's classic costume here. Let's get a better picture of it. A double page advert? Seriously? Space, guys, come on. You have, yeah. I do like it when they use the classic suit, because that to me, that's the way Harley should always look. And also, I'm sorry, there's no way in hell Harley should be able to be like the Trinity. I don't care what situation she's in, she should not escape all 3 of them. Even if she subdues like Bruce and Diana, Superman should get her, and if she subdues Superman by some miracle, one of the other 2 should get her. Like, I don't think Harley should be able to go toe-to-toe with the Trinity. That's just ridiculous. But, you know. We have Dinah. You have pretty much every... We have... Well, hang on. We have this splash page that makes no sense because it is not explained. It is implied that Flash knows something about what he's done, but it's not explained yet. Guys, I'm just... Heroes in Crisis... Also, this makes me wonder, is Harley gonna jump? Because, like, she's sounding very depressed at this point. So it makes me wonder if she's gonna jump. To be honest, I'm kind of sick of Harley, so if she did, that would be okay in my book. Have at least a few months without Harley in everything. But yep. Anyway, guys, that's Heroes in Crisis. It's the writing department is in crisis for this book. It's. I don't know what it is. I think I just can't get into the way Tom King writes stuff, because I was starting to enjoy Batman again, like the mainline Batman books, and that now some of the Batman books are making zero sense, and it's just like, I'll talk about that when I get to the Batman book. But anyway, guys, as I've already said, I'll see you all in the next Comic Book Carnage video. It's just, I don't hate these books, they're okay, it's just that the story is a bit like, I can see what they're trying to do, but it's, I think it's a few drafts away from being genuinely good, and not good, good's a disservice, because it is good, it's not bad. It's just a few drafts away from being great, and it's like, come on, like, take the time, iron it out. I mean, to be honest, personally, I would have switched a few characters out. I would have switched Harley out, because, like, I think Harley makes it, like, everybody instantly thinks Harley's going to be the killer, right? Because she's a former supervillain in a room full of heroes that have all got problems. And, like, everybody instantly thinks, oh, it's going to be Harley. And given how she's acting the past, like, 2 and 3, I have a feeling it might turn... I know I said it would be too obvious if it's Harley, but I also have a feeling it will turn out to be Harley, and if that's the case, I'm going to be mega disappointed, because it's like, that's the, oh, it was Harley. That's the easy way out, because it's like, yeah, of course it's Harley. Like, you know, Harley's the one that makes the most sense, because why would anybody else do that? I mean, unless, of course, you have someone like Deathstroke walk in there and do it, but even then, that doesn't make sense, because he's tied up. He's in Arkham Asylum at the moment, I believe. But then again, I'm not entirely sure where Heroes in Crisis is supposed to take place. But, in the timeline. But, yeah, that's another thing. The timeline for DC is all over the place at the moment. I know they're trying to get to where Doomsday Clock is with Batman, because he's falling out with everybody at the moment. Spoiler for Batman 29? No, 59. Spoiler for Batman 59, he gives Jim a good old right hook for, like, zero reason. Well, and he's just having one of those, deranged Batman freakouts, and, like, Jim's trying to get him to, like, lay off the guy he's laying into, and he literally just turns around and sucker punches Jim. And it's just like, I get they're getting to the point where he was in Doomsday Clock where nobody trusts him, but did you really have to have him punch Jim? Like, surely there was better ways to do that, and that's something I'm going to go into when I review the Batman book, but it's something I'll get to. But, so, yeah, the timeline in DC is kind of confusing me at the moment. Hopefully they release something that ties it all up and makes it all very clear. I mean, up until this point, like, you know, there were a few books you could read without it crossing over and tying into anything. Red Hood and Outlaws was one of them, but there's been references to other events lately, and it's left me scratching my head. The one referencing to Heroes in Crisis, not so much, because I've read these and I've been reading these, whereas some of the ones to do with, like, Detective Comics, I was scratching my head, because it's like, yeah, I knew that Tim died, but I didn't know about the other event. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it a wrap now for this video, because I'm just waffling, so I'll see you all in the next video.